Hi, and welcome to Today's Youth. I'm your producer, Tina Hunt. Have we got some awesome things planned for our community youth? Before we meet our host for today, Jim Bradley, and the Today's Youth cast, I would like to introduce a couple of members of the organizing committee. First, the lead director, Aaron Nelson. Aaron, come on up. Thanks, Aaron. Aaron, we could do a full show just talking about the plans for the community youth. But we have to remember that we need to allow time to hear from the real stars, our today's youth seated right around us. And we need to allow as much time as needed to meet the kids and to listen to their concerns so we can get working on solutions. But Aaron, tell us quickly, what's our mission for this community teen media group?
Well, Tina, our mission is stated in our mission statement, which is today's youth is designed to provide our community youth and teens a safe and supportive environment which they can explore, discuss, and take action on issues that affect them. Today's youth will use the voices of the youth to develop community awareness through television media interactive participation with peers and decision makers in the community. And Tina, Today's Youth is a nonprofit organization, and we are all working very hard to help our community youth because, as we all know, the youth is our future.
Very good. Aaron, let me have you introduce the next member of our team. Come on up, Dawn.
Thanks for coming up here, Dawn. Dawn is our programming director and our lead cameraman. Would you like to say something about our youth group that we have, Dawn?
Yes, Aaron. We plan to provide an uninterrupted forum for the voice of our youth in the community and have the adult population pull together and provide answers and solutions and general support for our youth today.
Well put. Thanks, Dawn.
Aaron and Don, we have to take our places on the set to produce and direct this show. So what we're going to do is go to a quick commercial break, and when we come back, the next face you will see will be our host, Jim Bradley, and he will be introducing all these beautiful young Today's Youth cast. So television audience, don't go away. We'll be right back.
I will never see her walk down the aisle in her graduation gown. I will never watch her fidget as her father grills her homecoming date. Because after she had a few wine coolers and a short drive, our family will never be the same. Her conviction means I won't have to warn her about drinking and driving for the rest of this decade. Set boundaries and consequences. Tell your teen, never drink and drive. Check yourself.
Welcome back to Today's Youth, our debut show. I'm your host, Jim Bradley. Today's Youth team organized this show and future shows in part due to a tragic incident that happened in our community and affected all of us. That is the death of their peer, Dominic Red. Prior to Dominic's death, Today's Youth met regularly to assist producer Tina Hunt in local television commercials and other media community projects. After a senseless stabbing death of Dominic, the group saw the need to come together as a voice of youth in the community. This group is providing a forum for as many youth as possible in this community to voice their concerns and gather answers to a myriad of issues facing them in today's world. But before we meet and speak with the boys and girls in our cast, I'd like to introduce our TV audience, the late Dominic Red's father, Mr. Jerome Red. Jerome? Jerome, I've often wondered over the last couple of months what I would say to you if I ever met you face to face. I'm a father and I lost a son. I can't imagine what words would be right, so I'm just going to say I'm sorry and it's a pleasure to meet you.
And thank you. Thank you.
You're going to be doing some programs yourself. You may want to talk about what you want regarding what we do here, but We appreciate what you're doing and the public forums you're going to be involved in, but I understand you're going to be doing a show called Four Has a Floor. Can
That's
you tell
correct.
us about that and anything else you want to tell us on the show?
Well, the teens of this youth group wanted to honor my son, Dominic Red, so they brainstormed to come up with an appropriate title for the segment. My son's football number was number 4, and so the segment will be called Four Has a Floor.
Wonderful. Tell me what you plan to communicate in this segment that you're going to be presenting.
Well, I'm going to present short messages to the youth and their parents on and offer advice, some sort of announcement, or just my overall concerns or input on a topic of discussion.
Well, you certainly have our attention, and I think the attention of the television audience. What's your message for today?
My message for today to the youth in this room, as well as our viewing audience, is together we can make a difference. We have to work with our youth and listen to what they're saying and give them the opportunity to speak. And we have to listen to them as adults with open ears and show them that we are concerned and give them and address the issues that are most important to them as they tell them to us.
Well, Mr. Red, it's a pleasure meeting you. We look forward to hearing more from you.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you very much. In the next segment, we'll be meeting at today's youth teens and speaking with each of them, so stay tuned, and we'll be right back. Thank you, Mr. Red.
Thank you.
Picture this. This is your business. Now, this is your business with the chamber. Get it? Networking with others can make a big difference.
Do you know www.coronachamber.org has over 19,000 hits a month? Come, join us. Add your voice to the 1,000 member strong Corona Chamber of Commerce.
Be a part of the Corona Chamber of Commerce.
You can take a shot, take a turn, take a spin, take a look at him. Don't take drugs. You can take a walk, take a leap, take a slide, take a ride. So don't take drugs. Your brain gets dizzy, your body goes numb. So if you take drugs, well that's just dumb. You wanna be strong, you wanna live long. Don't take drugs. Don't take drugs.
Welcome back to today's youth. Today we have about almost 24 teens that are going to be talking to you about their concerns, about their future too, but mainly about their concerns about what has happened recently, how we might deal with it. Our first guest, Rachel Spiegel. Rachel, how old are you, by the way?
I'm 16 years old.
And what's in your future after college and all that stuff?
I would like to become a sports trainer.
Oh, very good. What's your thought? What do you want to talk about?
I would like to talk about how there's racial tension between the high schools and junior highs in the district, and it hopefully will get covered on the show.
I look forward to it. Thank you very much. Next up, we have Jeremy Hunt. And Jeremy, how old are you?
I'm 16 years old.
And you have a future in what?
I'm planning on going into the law field and hopefully becoming a lawyer and perhaps in my future even a judge.
Wonderful. What are your concerns? What's your topic that you want to get into?
I would like to discuss role models and the positive and negative influence they have on children in our school districts, and not only the role models that are in the public eye, but also role models that are involved in the school districts and other kids also in the schools.
Should be a good one. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Ashley Lowe. Ashley, how old are you?
I am 16 years old.
16 years old, and what's in your future?
After college, I would like to get involved with running an equine facility.
Oh, very good. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on what we should be talking about? What would you like to talk about?
I would like to discuss suicide because I believe not many people realize the full potential and value of life.
Well, thank you very much. Next up, we have Mac Jactus, is it?
Jaxtus.
Jaxtus. Mac, how old are you?
I'm 16 years old.
16 years old, and you have a future in what?
I want to either be an author or I want to go into film and be a director or an editor.
Oh, very good. You're in the right spot for that, that's for sure. What's your interest in this topic? What topic do you want to get
I want to discuss schools and academics and the pressure parents put on us to succeed in schools and colleges.
I think that'll be good for all of us. Thank you very much. And Jane Maldonado, right?
Janae.
Janae?
Yeah.
Very good. And how old are you?
I'm 16.
16. And what's in your future?
I'm not sure yet, but hopefully something involving children or horses.
Oh, okay, that sounds good. What's your topic? What do you want us to get into on this program?
I would like to discuss drug use in our schools because it is becoming an ever-increasing problem and it's harder and harder to control.
Okay, thank you very much. We now have Alyssa Hunt, right?
Yes.
Alyssa, how old are you?
I am 13 years old.
And what's in your big future?
I was thinking about going into the law business and becoming a lawyer.
Very good. And what do you want to discuss during these segments coming up?
Well, I would like to discuss teasing and put downs because if we don't stop it now, something really bad can happen in our future.
Boy, do I know about that. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Isaac Spiegel. Isaac, how old are you?
I'm 15 years old.
All right, growing up. What's in your future? What are you going to do down the road?
Hopefully something to do with sports.
Very good. What topic do you want us to cover here?
I would like to cover jealousy and rivals between teens.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much, Isaac. Sophia Aguayo, right?
Yes.
Sophia, how old are you?
I'm 15 years old.
15 years old. And what's in your future?
I would like to be a crime scene investigator.
Oh, CSI.
Yes.
All right. And what topic do you want to get into?
I would like to talk about gang violence in high schools because since the tragic death of Dominic Reed, it's been increased.
Look forward to it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. Nick, how you doing? Nick Cunningham.
I'm doing good.
How old are you now, Nick?
14.
14. What's in your future besides sports?
Besides sports, probably engineering.
Engineering, very good. What topic do you want us to cover on this show?
Probably gangbanging because I think that the parents haven't touched it primarily yet. I think I can, convince them different ways.
Can you tell me quickly what is gangbanging?
Gangbanging, it's just what they think it is. Just that they think a little bit different of how it only comes from broken homes. It comes from good homes. It's just their attitude and their parents.
All right, thanks, Nick. Next up, we have Rebecca Spiegel. Rebecca, how old are you?
I'm 17. I'll be 18 in a month.
In a month, 18. About the time the show debuts, we can say it to you. What's in your future, by the way?
Actually, I'm headed off in 18 days from today to college.
Which college?
Colorado State University.
Well, good luck to you. After college?
Thank you. I plan to graduate in 2009 and then work in hotel management.
Oh, good for you. What topic do you want us to cover on this program?
I think that we should discuss choices and not necessarily choices in general, but the attitude we have on the choices we make and how it can make or break our future.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Gilbert Holgren, right?
Yes.
How old are you, Gilbert?
I'm 15 years old.
All right, 15 years old. What's in your future, say after school is all done?
As of right now, I'm not really sure yet, but I would really like to do something involving sports.
Very good. What do you want us to discuss on this program?
On this program, I would really like to have discussed drug and alcohol abuse because I don't think that teens today know the full effects of it.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Okay, you've heard some of the topics, and we've got more to tell you about, and this is very key because after tonight, we're going to see how interested you really are in this. So let's pause, take a little break, and we'll be right back.
My name's Diana Hernandez. I'm the owner of the oldest restaurant here in Corona, the Silver Dollar Pancake House. My husband and I are Corona Chamber members. We've been members with them a little over 10 years. Matter of fact, we just made the chamber cover. The chambers have been there for us on all occasions to help us with our business. Recently, we suffered a fire, and they were there for us all the way through until we reopened our doors. The whole staff, and especially the media staff, have been very helpful to us. And Bobby, as being president, has gone more than out of his way to help us. He's there down working hard along with his staff to make sure that our businesses can grow I have seen over the last 10 years that we have doubled our business here in Corona, and I really suggest and ask all the businesses, small, large, or medium, to go down to your Corona Chamber of Commerce and sign up and become a member, because they will be there when you need them.
On the court playing b-ball when these drugged up bugs came out from behind the wall. They said, "You're no good. We're the best in this neighborhood." With no delay, the game got underway. The drugged up bugs were too high to play. They couldn't even hold the ball. Couldn't pass, couldn't shoot, couldn't score at all. Couldn't find the paint. In school they thought they was cool, but now they ain't. That's the buzzer. Time to quit. Home Bees 100. Drug bug zip. The lesson here is so plain to see. Drug free is the way to be.
Welcome back to Today's Youth. In our last segment, we talked to almost a dozen students, teenagers if you would, about what they'd like to have discussed during this program over the next few months. We hope that it'll be an interest and it'll be a commitment. We'll talk more about that later, though. Let's continue our discussion with some of our teens. And first, if we could, Christina Hilliard, right?
Correct.
Christina, how old are you?
I'm 13 years old.
13 years old. What a life you've got. What's after high school? You going to go to college?
Yes, I am.
And then what are you going to study?
My goal is to be a massage therapist.
Very cool. And what's in your, when you get all done and you get your future laid out, now we come back home, what do you want us to discuss in this show? What's important to you?
I'd like to discuss the matters of young teen girls and self-destruction.
Wow, that sounds kind of heavy. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Joshua Spiegel. How old are you now, Josh?
14 years old.
14 years old, going on 19,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Yeah, okay. and what are you going to do? When you grow up and get all tall and out of school, what do you want to be?
I haven't quite made my mind, but I'm hoping to leave a positive impact in this world.
I'm sure you will. Tell us what you'd like to discuss in this program.
I'd like to discuss bullying in school because I don't think many kids realize the different types of bullying, such as verbal and physical.
Okay, because bullying, I guess, is kind of like historical, but it is hurtful, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Rossi Victors. Rossi, how old are you?
I'm 17 years old.
Ready to go, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
And where are you going to go to school when you get out of here, and what are you going to do?
I think I want to become a psychiatrist to help people and, with their problems in life.
Well, you're probably in the right program right now to help us out,
Yeah.
aren't you? Yeah. What do you want us to discuss during this program?
I'd like to discuss the matters of anorexia and bulimia because I believe that obesity is a growing dilemma in our society, and we really need to cover it because a lot of people are hurting themselves, and that's not good.
I guess especially when you're a teenager, it's more painful.
Oh,
than
yeah.
ever. All right. Thanks, Rossi.
Thank you very much.
Brandon Arias, right?
Yes, sir.
And how old are you, Brandon?
I'm 16 years old.
And what's on your plans after school?
I would like to either become a high school counselor or a stage actor.
Oh, good for you. What do you want us to discuss during this program in the future?
I would like to discuss the negatives of peer pressure because I feel that a lot of today's youth are being pressured into doing things that may be harmful to themselves or others, such as alcohol abuse, drug abuse, joining of gangs, and other things of that nature.
Some things never change. I think they get worse, though, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah, they do. Hey, thank you very much.
Very welcome.
Angie Giles, come just a little bit closer. That girl. How old are you?
I'm 16 years old.
16, and what happens after school? What are you going to do?
I'm looking to join the military and go through college through there.
Oh, wonderful. You want to be a military for life? Or?
Probably not.
No, probably not.
Yeah.
What about after that? Any long range?
Well, I want to earn my psychology degree and then do something with that.
Very good. What do you want us to discuss in this program?
I want to discuss school security because I think that everybody should feel safe in school.
That's true. Hey, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Is it Michelle Jackson?
Yes, it is.
All right. Michelle, how old are you?
I'm 16.
16 years old. And what's in your future after school?
I plan on going to NYU, and then after that, I plan on doing something in the entertainment or writing industry.
Oh, good for you. Good industry you're getting into. It's
Yes.
a lot of fun. What do you see as something that needs to be discussed in this program?
The segregation on campus, high school campuses, because it's become a growing problem, and it's helping amount to like the higher levels of racism, and I think everybody should be able to attempt peace.
If I don't mind asking, we'll get in this more, but segregation by design, or is it just happens that way? I mean, do the school officials have you segregated, or do you just break up?
It starts happening like you just go towards people of like maybe your own color or something like that.
Well, let's talk about that program. That's going to be a good one. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Shayna, what's your last name?
Shayna McRag.
Shayna, is that the way you pronounce it? Okay.
Yes.
And how old are you?
16.
16. What's in your future after school?
I'm interested in going to medical field and becoming a nurse.
Oh, good for you. And what do you want us to discuss on this program?
I want to talk about rumors, and like that's basically a main cause in high school, how it causes violence, because we tend to like take things too seriously, and it just causes a lot of drama.
We look forward to it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Karina, what's your full name?
Karina Bettis.
And how old are you?
I'm 13 years old.
And 13 years old. Have you thought about the future far enough to know what you want to do when you all grown up?
Yes, I plan on going to college after I graduate high school, and I want to major in theater arts, and then after I graduate college, I want to become a professional dancer.
Oh, good. That's great. What do you want us to discuss? What's important to you?
Well, I would like to discuss verbal abuse because some people, they think that it doesn't hurt them, but who they really are talking about, it really does hurt them to where they can hurt themselves.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. We look forward to that topic. Thanks a lot. Well, today we met a cast of 20 or so students. We got some great topics, and we look forward to talking with you, and we just hope that we'll all keep the commitment. There's a telephone number that should appear on your screen that if you want some input in this or more questions, you go right ahead. There'll be schedules coming out. Most of the time it's on a Tuesday night, but watch for your stuff, and it's in Corona Business Weekly, and it's in there, Corona Business Monthly, I guess it is. If we have a couple of moments, and I think we do, I'd like to ask Jerome Red to come back up here with me. Jerome, I guess one of my concerns, and I said it to you just a little bit earlier, is getting not just these students, because I know they're committed, but the audience, because there's a lot of people in Corona, after your son was killed, said, I'm committed. And we've got great councils involved. There's groups from Unity that's involved. I think the Chamber of Commerce has got more than just this. What is your message for people about commitment to the long term of making a cure? And if you had any thoughts, what would be that cure? Just lead into that a little bit.
Well, I think if we as adults, the city, the school district, if we focus on the needs of our kids, and as you heard today, they have a lot that they want to talk about, and it's all relative to their day-to-day school lives, as well as outside in the community. And if we take the time to stop and listen to them, we'll find answers to a lot of the issues. Had we done that before in the past, when there's obvious things wrong in the school and in the community, this could maybe have prevented Dominic's death because those issues would have been addressed then. But as a result of Dominic's death, this is where we are now. And we have to take advantage of it, and we have to give the youth an opportunity to take advantage of it and go forward, not only just for now, but months from now.
And so if I gather what you're saying from this, you and I can talk all we want to. These are the ones that are going to make it happen, right?
Absolutely, okay. and we have to listen to them.
How about commitment let's talk to our audience for just a moment or two. I don't think we have a lot of time, but what do we want from our audience? I mean, participation, or just listening, or keep interest? What things are you, what goes through your mind? You're the father.
Right, and what I expect from, or what I want from the audience and the youth and the parents that are looking at this show is to get in tune to the school and find out when the meetings are going to be held. Find out when and how they're going to have the opportunity to speak. Listen, get in tune to your kids. Find out what's going on in their heads. And when the need is necessary, go up to the school and express an interest, some concern. That's all we need to do is just be concerned. And I believe if we do that from the top all the way down to the bottom, and as a community, everything will take care of itself. Something like this it's not something that we can say 100% that's never going to happen again. Mm-hmm. But what we have to do is make the commitment to make sure that we've done everything to prevent it.
outside of this room and what you've seen in the community, do you get any gratification at all about the heartfelt, at least I feel like it is, sincere feelings of the community of wanting to do something about it this time, to commit to what you're saying, not to let it happen again, or at least cut it down at least?
In the offset, and this is true to today, these kids have kept me going. From that night when this happened, and it spread around before the sun came up, already hundreds of kids knew. And then the next day at Dominic's mom's house, and it just continued with the outpour of youth and parents that came by. It just showed me that I have to look at it and not be selfish about Dominic's loss, but look at it as an opportunity, and that's how I see it. And these kids, like I said, they keep me going.
I think the number 4 will stick in everybody's mind too.
Absolutely.
It's a good presentation. Anything that you heard tonight that kind of struck a chord with you that, gee, I think about bullying and I just don't think much about it, but that was a good point, bullying and bulimia and stuff like that. You don't think about those things.
Well, no, and typically a lot of the issues that were discussed tonight by the youth are issues that we're all familiar with growing up. But it's just that nowadays things have been taken to another level.
Yeah.
Bullying and results in fights, and unfortunately, our youth. I don't necessarily think that they realize the severity behind things such as bullying. And even one of the young ladies said she addressed the issues of being a part of a group. And those issues are very important. It's important to the kids because they get a sense of acceptance out of belonging to a particular group. But you have to know what the motives are, with being associated with those groups. And so I think, as I said, I think all the issues that they have, they're very important issues. And some of those issues we're familiar with as growing up. But like I said, it's just, I think a lot of things are being, they're taking it to a different level.
Yeah, well, we'll try to honor your son and honor you too by not letting it get away from us, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you again so
All right,
much.
thank
It's just
you.
a pleasure to have you on the show. And I believe that's all the time we have for today's youth. It's been a pleasure to host this program. I look forward to many, many more. And this is the energy right back here, so support them. I'm Jim Bradley, your host. Thank you so much.